Hello, and welcome to Get to Know Me by my physical TBR. This will be the history section. The main criteria is it's set in the past. Um, yeah, let's get right into it. Uh, let's start with a trilogy by Con E. Golden. Let's start with a trilogy by Con E. Golden. It's the War of the Roses trilogy. Let's see which one is the first one. This one. Uh, Stormbird is the first book in that trilogy. Then we have Trinity, my bad, and Bloodline. So, yeah. Then by Kate Moss, I have a book, and that one is called The Taxidermist's Daughter. Figure that one out by the Dutch title. Then by Laurent Binet, I have a book, and I don't know if there is a English translation because otherwise it would be HHHH. Yeah, well that's all it says. So HHHH. It's the same in French as in Dutch, so I presume it will be also the same in English. Then by Claude Sweeney, I have a book. The Big Game. This one is about the development of paper money within Europe. So, how that invention was made or something. That's all I know about that one. Then by Karen Maitland, no, sorry about that. I have the Gallows Curse. By Kim Stanley Robinson, I have the Years of the Rice and Salt. Another one by Karen Maitland. This one's The Owl Killers. And I have by Jack Ludlow, I think the trilogy is called the Republic Trilogy, and the first, I don't know if it's the first book or not. I know it's a trilogy, I have all of them. Yeah, let's say The Pillars of Rome. That's the book I have here, and the other one you'll see soon. You can find them. Then by Christian Jacques, I have a lot of books. So this one, For the Love of Filet. They're all set in ancient Egypt, so if you like that, some of them are, I think, most of them are, let's say, detective set in Egypt or ancient Egypt. I bet. The Conspiracy of Evil. The Great Secret, and The Way of Fire. And as I look at the back, I see there's something about these ones are in a quartet, and I don't know if this one's also part of it. No, this is standalone, and these ones are a quartet, or is it? Yeah, let's say this is almost a quartet. I can't figure out if it's part of it or not. Then by Arthur Conan Doyle, he's mostly famous for his Sherlock Holmes stories. The Last World, so he has written some other works. Yeah, so another one by the Christian Jacques. This is the first one in that quartet, The Tree of Life. Figure that one out. Yeah, by Con E. Golden yet again. Another book. He's written multiple series set in the past. This series is about Genghis Khan, and he's also written a series about Julius Caesar, and I have both series. So yeah, this is the one. The Bones of the Hill is the one with Genghis Khan. And as mentioned before, this is one in his quartet about Caesar. I don't know if it's the first one or the second one. Let's see. It's called The Field of Swords. If you want to know. It's the third one in that quartet. Then I have by Jörg Kastner. Yeah, a book that's called Thorak the German. And that's a new series in the Thorak world, I guess. Then by David Kirk, I have a book, and that one's called Child of Vengeance. And it's the first part of the Musashi series. So, yeah. Can't wait to discover that one. Then by Richard Duvel, another German author. Yeah, let's say the keepers of the Devil's Bible. I guess it's the series is called that way. This is part 2 in a trilogy. I read part 1. Story was completely different from what was on the backside of the synopsis. So can't wait to how the story will continue. And I also have part 3 within this pile or one of the other piles or batches you're about to see. So yeah, can't wait to find out. Then by Stephen Lawhead, I have some books. They're all set within the Crusade era of time. Let's see, it's The Black Root, that's this title. And this one is The Iron Lands. So, yeah. Sounds, I don't know. I've always been interested in that time period, so can't wait to find out what's written about that one. Then a book by Siebe Huizinga, Relic of the Evil. So, yep. And a book by Wouter van Maastricht. So I have 2 Dutch authors here who, yeah, let's say Spanish Fire, Spanish Fury, I guess. Yeah, some about the history of the Netherlands or one of our southern provinces. The history about that one, so how that was made, or how they resisted the Spanish, or whatever. Something like that. Can't wait to find out. Then I have by a lot of authors Neil Stevenson, Greg Bear, Mark Zappo, E.D. de Birmingham, Eric Bear, Joseph Bresley, and Cooper Mew, the Mongolians. Yeah, this is book one, and I have some other books in that series, and it's also about Genghis Khan. So, yeah. Then by C.J. Sansom, I have a book. It's called Darkfire. This is the second one in a series about Matthew Shortlake, and it's set in the Dark Ages or just after it. Yeah. Let's start on this one by Valerio Evangelisti. Yeah, I have a book that's called Nostradamus, or Notre Dame, the Prophecy. And it's this one of his trilogy, so yeah, can't wait to find out. By Robin Young, I have another book that's in the Crusade world. It's called Crusade now. Wouldn't you figure that one out? Yeah, and this is a second part in the Will Campbell series. So, some books are also set in ancient Egypt by Philip van den Berg, the King of Luxor, and The Treasures of Imhotep. If I'm pronouncing that one correctly, sorry if I don't. Then another one by Connie Golden. Let me see what that title is. Wolf of the Plains. And this is also one by Genghis Khan. It says it on the cover, right? So, yeah. Then by S. Christiansen. This is part 2 in the Valhalla saga, and the title will be Blood Must Flow. And another one by Philip van den Berg, and I will have a couple more by him. This one's called The Mirror Maker. Yeah, I will get it once. So this one will be the Pompeii Prophecy. The Green Scarab, P. The Gladiator, and The Curse of Copernicus. Yeah. Don't want to do that one already. So by Robert Harris, I have, I guess, I can figure that one out. It's good. Just about last room. Yep. This is part 2 in a trilogy about Cicero. Yeah. Can't wait to find out. I think I have the whole trilogy, so. Yeah, another one by Robert Harris, and that one's called Enigma. Then by Jack Knight, I have um, two books in his Saladin trilogy. Um, yeah. So the first one will be Eagle, and the second book is called Kingdom, and I need to find the third one. Yep. And then I have two books. I have all six of them, but I have two books here. By Jean M. Oul. Yeah, I hope there's an English set. Yeah, there's an English set. Good, 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 good. The Clan of the Cave Bears. And then I don't have to figure one out. Let me see. The Shelter of Stones. Yeah, I don't have the correct title of that series, so sorry about that one. I just got two books behind it. And then by Janet Gabaldon, I have some more books here. I figure the Outlander series. That's the one for this one. Yeah, I have I think 8 or 9 books in that series. So this one's called Voyager. Yeah. Dragonfly in Amber. Oh, there's some hefty books, aren't I? Let me see. The Fiery Cross. Two shorter ones, also set in the same universe, but yeah, not within the main story. So this is Lord John and the Brotherhood of the Blade. And this is also a shorter one, and that's Lord John and the Private Matter. So as you can see, these are very small, let's say 300 or 400 pages. And these ones are about 800 to 1000 pages. So yeah, need to start reading my Outlander series. That will do for this batch. Up to the second one. This will be batch 2. Yeah, let's continue. By Tim Severin, I have part 3 in his Viking trilogy, and this one's called King's Man. By Paul Dorothy, I have The Poison Maiden. By William Napier, I have 2 books in his Attila series or trilogy. Let me see if it's, I don't know, it doesn't say. So no, it doesn't say if it's a trilogy or duology or whatever. So let's just say I have, I guess this is the first one. This is called Attila, and this is called Attila: The Gathering of the Storm. Then by Robert Fabry, I have a prequel to his Vespasianus series. Yeah, or Vespasian, the Crossroads Brotherhood. Yeah, so this is the prequel. I don't have the whole series. I know there are, I guess, 7 or 8 books out already now. Haven't read any of it. I don't own it, only the prequel. So if I can find one for cheap, I will try and read it. Otherwise, yeah, I will read the prequel, and maybe if I like it a lot, I will buy the whole thing. Then by Yanni White, I have a book, and that one's called The Apps. Oh, hold on, my bad. And then by Jenny White, I have a book, and that one's called The Obsidian Proof. So, yeah. Then by Jack White, I have two books. Guess they're also about the Crusade. This one's called Knights of the Black and White and Standard of Honor. So, yeah. Then, as mentioned in the first batch, this is by Richard Jebel. This is the third one in his yeah, Devil's Bible trilogy. So this is I don't know how you call it. Let's say the inheritance of the Devil's Bible. I think that's somehow correct translation. Then by Michael Jax, or Jax, I have a book, and that one is called The Leper's Return. And another one by Jack White, and this one is called The Sky Stone. And this is, according to what I see, part one in the Camelot Chronicles. My bad. So yeah, Prince or King Arthur retelling, I guess. Let's get into this series. By Simon Scarrow, I have multiple books, and I don't know if they are all in one series or not. I guess they are. Yeah, they're all in the Eagle series. So this one's called Centurion. Under the Eagle, which I guess will be the first book in that series. And then The Gladiator. And by Jeffrey Deaver, I have Garden of Beasts. Yeah, which takes part in, let's say, Germany around the time where Hitler gained power. So that's why it's in here and not within his detective series books. So then three more parts by Jane M. Ale, or Wool, whatever you call it. Yeah, let's see. The first one had some English titles. In the Valley of Valley of Horses. Probably all doing them out of order. Oh, that was book 3. This is book 2, book 3, and book 4 is on my lap. So I guess the Mammoth Hunters 3, and book 4. That one is called The Plains of Passage. So yeah. Then another one by Tim Severin in his Viking trilogy. This is part 1. So I own part 1 and part 3. Yeah, Odin's Child. Then another one by Con E. Golden. This is the second book in his quartet about Caesar. And that one is called The Death of Kings, or Emperor the Death of Kings. Dus whatever you want to call it. Then by Diana Gabaldon, another one for short books, I guess. And this one's called Lord John and the Hand of Devils. Yeah, and there are three short stories within the Outlander series. So, yeah. By Tim Willocks, I have a book, and that one is called The 12 Children of Paris. So, yeah. And I think this is the second book in his Tannhauser, in his Tannhauser series. I really don't know how much books there will be in that one, but I read the order, and so this is book 2. Then another one by Wouter van Maastricht, and this will be Trump's Armada. By Richard Harris, I have Archangel. This new series. This is also one of the newer series I have. So by Robert Young, I have 2 other books from new series by her. This one is Insurrection, and I guess this is the final part in that trilogy, and that one is called Kingdom. So she has 2 trilogies out, and yeah, I have some books within her world. Then the 4th and final book in the Caesar Quartet by Mr. Gulden, and that one's called Emperor the Gods of War. Then by Giulio Leone, I have 2 books in his trilogy, and that one is this is part 2, this is part 3, and in these books he has Dante Alighieri as a detective. So yeah. Part 2 is called The Light Murders, and the 3rd one is Crusade Against Darkness. Then by Nick Brown, I have a book, and that one is called Agent of Rome, The Siege. And then by Ken Follett, I have 2 books. One is called The Pillars of the Earth, and the other one, if it's wanting to go out, I guess, The Bridge to Heaven. Let me see. World Without End, my bad. So yeah, this is a duology, I guess. As you can see, they're quite thick, so they're 1,000 pages each. So yeah, need to read that one. Then 2 books by Jörg Kerstner. The Mozart Mystery and the True Cross. Then by Arturo Perez Reverte, I have a book, and that one's called The Yellow yeah, how do you call it? The crazy suit when you're tied together. Yeah, okay, something like that. Or no, there's uh, uh, yeah. And then by Paul Dorothy, I have a book, and that one's called The Godless Man. And that one is about Alexander the Great. So, for now, I guess this will be the sixth and for now final book in this series, and that's the Land of the Painted Caves by Jean M. Earl. Yeah, so part 6. Then another one by Robert Harris, and this is Imperium, and this is the first book in his Cicero trilogy. So yes, 2 more to go. By Nicholas Guild, I have a book, and that one is called The Spartan Dagger. Just to set the stage there. And then by Linda Dielemans, I have a book, and that one is called Ghost Warrior. So, and it has to do with Stonehenge, if you can see. Yeah, that'll do for the second batch. I need to get that third one out. And when I shut that one, history will be done. So, yeah, up to the third batch. So, as you can see, I've emptied out that shelf. Let's see what books were in there. By Philip van den Berg, I have Caesar and Cleopatra. I have by a lot of authors Joseph Bressy, Cooper Moo, Mark Teppo, and Angus Trim. I have a book, and that one is called Catabasis, and that one is set in the Four Worlds Saga. Can't wait to find out. And then by C.J. Sansom, I have a book, and that one's called Dominion. By Inske Penning, I have Emo's Labyrinth. By Robert Schneider, I have a book, that one is called, in Dutch it's called Jan van Leyden, in German it's called Christus, so either one of those. Then by Amanda Scott, I have a book, or the whole quartet about Boudica, if I'm pronouncing that one correctly. Yeah, I have that whole series. I don't know if this one is the first one, the second. Oh, it's the last one. So, alright, so part 4. In that quartet, and that one is Boudica Dreaming of the Serpent Spear. So, yep. Then another one by Paul Dorothy, and one is The Gates of Hell. That was also set within Alexander the Great, or around that time period. Then by Michael Gregorio, I have a book, and that one is called Critique of Criminal Reason. Yeah. Then another one by Robin Young, and yeah, I guess it's still called Requiem. Yes, it is. Um, let's see which one. Which one? I think this is. I don't know. Yeah, this is the final one in her original Templars trilogy, and her second trilogy is about, let's say, everything that has to do with Scotland and that history. And Boudica is also set within Scotland, so two historical series about Scotland want to fight for its independence. Yeah, but let's continue with the books I have here. By Ariana Franklin, I have a book, and that one is, I think, called The Death Maze. So, yep. Then by Luca Di Fulvio, I have a book, and that one is called, I don't know, the Stairs to Dionysus, something like that. And another book set within the Outlander series, and this one is called A Breath of Snow and Ashes. Another one by C.J. Sansom, and this one is called Winter in Madrid. So, just like it said on the title already, even though this is a Dutch translation, some words are the same, I guess. Yep. I already showed you the first book in the Mongoliad series by Neil Stevenson, Greg Bear, Mark Zappo, Nicole Gallant, Eric Bear, Joseph Grassi, and Cooper Moe. I have that book 2 and book 3. Yeah, I guess if that's the whole trilogy, it's complete. Yeah, it only says it's book 2 and book 3, so there's no subtitle or anything about that one. Then a book by Robert Harris, and that will be Conclave. And another one by him, and this one is called An Officer and a Spy. So, another one by C.J. Sansom. This one is also around how was he called? Matthew Sharklake, the lawyer from the Middle Ages. And this book is called Sovereign. Then by Alex Rutherford, I have a book about the Empire of the Mogul. I read. And this book within that series is Raiders from the North. Yeah, and it's the first book in a series about the Mughal Empire. Then by Karen Maitland, I have the Falcons of Fire and Ice. Yeah, I think I have all her books then. I showed you the Dutch translation for this one, and I have also the English translation, so C.G. Sansom Darkfire. Then I guess books 2 and 3 of Jack Ludlow within the Pillars of Rome series, or the Republic series. My bad. Yeah, this is book 2, The Swords of Revenge, and this will be book 3, The Gods of War. And I don't know if that's the whole conclusion of this trilogy or not. Let's say that won't be the whole trilogy. So another book by Alex Rutherford, and that's also set in the Empire of the Mughal series, and this one is called Brothers at War. Yeah, this is book 2 in that series. Then by Valerio Massimo Malfredi, I have a book that's called Empire of Dragons. Then yet again one by Kate Moss, and I think the title will be the same. Yes, it's called Citadel. Yep, some dust here and there. Jack White yet again, Order in Chaos. And another one, or this is part 2 in his Camelot Chronicles, and this one is called The Singing Sword. So 2 different series by him. Then part 2 in the Viking series by Tim Severin, and that one's called Sworn Brother. 2 more in the Outlander series, so this one will be Outlander. Yep. And I don't know if it's this is part 5 or 6 in that series. I guess it's part 4, and that one's called Drums of Autumn. So, and then yet again by Amanda Scott, her other Burica books. So let's see if I can do it in correct order now or not. Yeah, it's Boudica Dreaming the Eagle. It doesn't say if it's the first one or not. Hopefully it is. Yeah, this is the second one in that series, so I'm doing it correctly by now. Dreaming the Bull. And I guess Dreaming the Dog as the third one. Dreaming the Hound. My bad. Okay. So that's it for that one. 2 more books to go. By Ton van Rijn, I have a series that's called there's no correct translation for this one. So let's say it's called The Bende van de Bokkenrijders. You really don't know what I mean. But they're a famous bad guys in the late 1800s, 17 something. And how they plundered some parts of Limburg, and that's the most southern province we have here. So it sounds interesting. Then the last one in the history section I have by Carlos Ruiz Zafón, a book, and that one is called, let's say, The Game of the Angel. So yeah, I guess that will do for the history books I have, or books that are set in history. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye.